Hello everyone, Counterspell Hater here, back with another EDH request made by one of my commenters. Before we get into today's video, I'd like to say, please get involved in Alex Lynn Nathan Foundation for Childhood Cancer. Get involved in their fight against childhood cancer, one cup at a time. You'll find information on getting involved, ways to give, all that and more, and also, of course, donations, the primary way to help out. Be a true magician, of course. And you can you can use my link to get to this website where all this information will be waiting for you. You can also comment on this video, make an EDH request. So just to let you know, don't make requests for content that has already been featured on this channel. Not that that is an issue, anyways. So, like the Red Terror Goblins, for example, that is EDH content that I've already covered on this channel. However, the Red Terror Dragons, or like the Red Terror Instants and Sorceries, that is content that is not already covered on this channel. And you can make an EDH request for that content. You can also make a request for standard deck techs, like a deck I've been using that has gotten me to platinum as of recently in MTG Arena. It's actually a pretty good deck. It's a mutate deck, intent. Um, oh, you can also make requests for MTG Arena content itself. So not like the deck text, but like, I mean, maybe the deck text, but you could also be like mainly for like the highlights of like some like crazy game. Even if you don't want to make a request for any of those, comment anyways. I like the feedback you guys give, the positive feedback. Speaking of something positive, thank you to the two of you who have currently subscribed and have now put me to 75 subscribers. Thank you to the 75 of you in general who are currently subscribed. You can be one of those people if you just click subscribe, of course. We are true magicians around here, after all, professionals. Also, leave a like on this video. Hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss another one of my videos. And with that said, let's get into this commander. This EDH request made by one of my commenters. So this is the second one in order. Danitha, Benalia's Hope. Believe we saw this in the previous Dominaria set, that being a while back, like before COVID times, long before COVID, where we could actually, interact with each other. We still can. We're fine. First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. This is a Voltron deck, just to sum it up. So we'll be able to go through this very quickly. Battle Mastery for Double Strike. Well, actually, so what Danitha here wants is for us to have a bunch of aura cards in our hand and equipment. And when she enters the battlefield, or it enters the battlefield, I should say. You never know. You can put an aura or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield attached to Danitha. So we've got like a bunch of auras that we would, or equipment that we would want attached to Danitha, and some other synergies. Battle Mastery for Double Strike, Spirit Mantle to get protection from creatures, so free swings in. Benevolent Blessing, protection from a color at instant speed. All that glitters really buff up our commander. Helm of the Gods, +1/+1. Our creatures is going to grow as we play more and more enchantments. Ethereal Armor. Again, creatures are going to grow as we play more and more enchantments, or more specifically auras, and it's going to get first strike. Daybreak Coronet. Give our commander +3/+3. First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. But this can only be played. This can only enchant a creature with another aura attached to it. But that's not a big deal for us. Light of Promise to go along with the Lifelink. Put a bunch of +1/+1 counters onto our commander. Celestial Mantle is big. A 6-cost aura for free. Sign me up. And whenever the enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, redouble its controller's life total. That's going to be ours. And if we have Battle Mastery, that's going to lead to an insane life total. Like you can go from 40 straight to 160 if you're already that high. And then you've got all the lifelink to factor in. So, Gift of Immortality. Chain creature dies, it's returned to the battlefield under its owner's control. And then we return this Gift of Immortality to the battlefield attached to that creature at the beginning of the next end step. So we get Danitha's ETB, and then we don't have to worry about Gift of Immortality. Although, now that I think about it, that there's a potential infinite combo. Yes. So what you do is with Gift of Immortality and Danitha, and I don't have it in here, but Astronaut's Altar is you have Danitha out and you attach Gift of Immortality. You then sacrifice Danitha to the altar, let it go to your graveyard. Gift of Immortality returns it to your graveyard, but Gift of Immortality also goes to your graveyard. But then with Danitha, you bring back Gift of Immortality immediately, and then you just sacrifice her infinitely for infinite mana, bringing back her, and then with her ability, with Danitha's ability, bring back Gift of Immortality, attaching it to Danitha, allowing us to sack Danitha infinitely for infinite mana and cast all of our aura spells. I just thought of that now. Sunbond, same thing as Light of Promise, except it's a little more expensive. Yeah, just 1 mana more. Doesn't matter when we have infinite. Ordeal of Heliod goes greatly along with Sunbond and Light of Promise in what we're doing. Because whenever enchanted creature attacks, we put a plus counter on it. And if 3 more plus counters are on it, we sacrifice Ordeal of Heliod. And when we sacrifice this ordeal, we gain 10 life. So if we are able to get this back repeatedly, like with our loop, we could get a lot of plus counters on to Danitha. Excuse me. Sage's Reverie draws a bunch of cards, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura we control that's attached to a creature. Sarim, Senior Edificer, as we cast our auras and equipment and vehicles if we have any, which we're not going to. We draw cards. Holy Avenger. Creature has double strike, and when it deals combat damage, we put an aura card from our hand onto the battlefield attached to it. And it's going to hit twice because of double strike. Mantle of the Ancients can just allow us to dump our entire hand of auras and equipment, and also our graveyard, onto Danitha. And to think we can get this back, which actually, as you know, that combo I mentioned, there's another. With this, Gift of Immortality and Danitha and Panharmonicon, we can also create an infinite loop where we get all of our auras back attached to Danitha and all their ETB effects, not to mention any other ETB effects like not Pure Steel Paladin, but still good to have, or the death effects like Murder Investigation. When enchanted creature dies, we put X/1/1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield where X is its power. Hallowed Haunting, this is a great one to have. As long as you control 7 more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance. That's evasion for our commander, and it allows us to block with it on the crackback, thanks to vigilance. And as we cast more and more enchantment spells, and yes, this includes auras, we create more and more white spirit cleric creature tokens whose power and toughness are each equal to the number of spirits we control. Core Spirit Dancer. It's +2/+2 for each aura attached to it. Whenever we cast an aura spell, we may draw a card. Flicker Form. Highly recommend. because as you keep flickering Danitha with flicker form, you're going to end up building more and more auras and equipment onto her, because flicker form exiles the enchanted creature and all auras attached to it. So what's eventually going to happen is we're just going to basically get all of our auras stuck onto Danitha. And I have Panharmonicon, so that combo I mentioned earlier, with Mantle of the Ancients now included, and also Gift of Immortality and Danitha now works. So like all these ETB effects of these auras and equipment, so like Benevolent Blessing, choosing a color for protection. What's another one? Card draw from Sage's Reverie. And actually, if we combine this with Sage's Reverie, we get it involved in this combo, we could basically get our entire deck, because the deck I've built is mostly auras. And if we're not careful, draw ourselves to death. And with Panharmonicon, even if we don't have Mantle of the Ancients, with Gift of Immortality, we can still get Gift of Immortality. And since Danitha will be triggering twice when she enters the battlefield, we'll still be able to get like auras and equipments from our hand or graveyard. So we'll still be able to combo off with Sage's Reverie. But if we have Mantle of the Ancients, it's going to be even better. Totem Armor, Hyena Umbra for Totem Armor, give our commander some protection. Angelic Gift, we get involved in this infinite combo. It's also infinite card draw. Timely Ward, our commander now is indestructible. Care Touch of Solidarity can create infinite 1/1s with the combo. Armor Dissension, we're mono white, so it makes sense. Halvar, God of Battle. We don't want to get Sword of the Realms involved in the, at least attached to Danitha in this infinite combo, because then she will be returned to our hand. A Giant's Chosen can also create infinite tokens with the combo I mentioned earlier. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, we create a 2/2 white cat creature token. And if that enchantment is an aura, we can attach it to that token if we want. Harvest Guard, Alice Seeds. Whenever it or another enchantment enters the battlefield under our control, we prevent all damage that will be dealt to target creature this turn. So pretty nice. Captivating Unicorn can tap an infinite amount of creatures with the infinite combo I have mentioned. Archon of Sun's Grace, infinite 2/2 white flyers that will have lifelink. Historian's Boon will create infinite tokens as well. Skybind, we can just exile infinite permanents and get rid of all of our opponent's stuff. At least until the beginning of the next end step. Celestial Ancient. It's not really a part of the infinite combo, but whenever we cast an enchantment spell, we put a +++ counter on each creature we control, which is still nice. Sigil of the Empty Throne goes greatly in combination with that, since it creates 4/4s for us to put ++ counters on those. For us to put ++ counters onto. Student of Ojutai, whenever we cast a non-creature spell, so auras, equipment, anything that is in creature, we're going to gain 2 life. Sword of Vengeance for first strike, vigilance, trample, and haste. Not to mention +2/+0. Get our commander through for a bunch of damage. Hammer of Nazan. We don't have to really pay a quick cost now, thanks to it. Commander's Plate is highly recommended because this is a monocolored commander. So once we attach this Commander's Plate to our commander, it's going to have protection from every color except for white. Shadow Spear. Make our opponents that our opponents control lose hexproof and indestructible, and give a quick creature trample and life. Conqueror's Flail. Second line of text says, as long as it's attached to a creature, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. This is going to help us win the game and keep our opponents from intervening with or interfering with our plays, our turns. Strata Scythe. We're mono white. We're playing only plains cards, so this makes perfect sense. So to go along with that, we have Sword of the Animist to ramp us up and get out more plains cards so that Strata Scythe will buff up our commander even more. Goldfang Pick and Prying Blade for more ramp. You know, why not? Bone Horde in case we're running up against a Golgari player of some sort. Sword of Feast and Famine to untap our lands, make some discard. Because, you know, we need all the ramp we can get. Then we have Nyx Lotus. Because we're a mono-colored deck, it only makes sense. And especially for this deck, because it's auras that I've mainly built around. So we'll have a lot of devotion to white, which will give us a lot of mana out of Nyx Lotus. And also Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. We'll also have a lot of mana out of Serra's Sanctum. And we won't get a lot of mana out of Hall of Heliod's Generosity, but we can get stuff back from our graveyard if need be. Enchantments cards at least. I said Watchtower for the early game, Archer of Araska for card draw, and after that it's all basic plains cards. And with that said, the end of this commander guide starring Danitha, Benalia's Hope. Join Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation for Childhood Cancer in their fight against childhood cancer, one cup at a time. Find out ways on getting involved, ways to give, donations, of course. All that and more will be waiting for you here once you use my link in the description, which is why you should share this video along with other videos done on my channel with other people. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. Good thing I remembered. So everyone can receive guidance from yours truly when they're building these sorts of decks. And so they can also use my link to help out others who are in need. Comment on this video, make an EDH request. Make sure the content you are requesting has not already been featured on this channel. For instance, once again, I guess a good example would be Danitha auras in this case. I didn't really go fully equipment, but that's fine. So you would not really make a request for Danitha auras, but you could make a request for Danitha equipment. That's a slot that is still technically open. Or like the Red Terror Dragons, something like that. I'm waiting, honestly. Keep these requests going. I like fulfilling your requests. Or you can make, standard deck tech requests. So like you could, if you want to see a deck tech of a deck that I've been using in MTG Arena Historic that has gotten me to platinum as of recently, you can make that request too. You could also make requests for just MTG Arena content itself if you want. Just, the highlights of games, some crazy stuff I do, like I've done back in the old days. I have posted some MTG Arena content. If you want that, just, comment in the video. Also for these requests, first come, first serve. No matter what video you may be commenting on, if you get there first, you get there first. What really matters is the time. Oh yeah. And even if you don't want to make any requests of some sort, that's fine. Comment on this video. Leave feedback, leave positive feedback. Really like it from you guys. Shows me your support. We're true magicians here after all. Professionals. Subscribe. Thank you to the 75 of you who are currently subscribed. And you can be one of those people. You just have to click subscribe. That's all. Like this video. Hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss another one of my videos. And I believe that is it for me. I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.